Hi, welcome back to my channel. I am so happy that you're here and look at my new sticker I just got from Etsy. So freaking cute. And yeah, I love composition notebook, everything. I used to have on my old iPad, I had a composition notebook cover, but yeah, I just want to talk to you about how this simple composition book can change your life. Like you can change your entire life with one composition notebook and one pen. I okay, the first thing I ever wrote down that came true, I believe was in 1997. I was in 6th grade. It was the worst school year of my life. It was so hard. Kids were so mean to me. Like, it was the worst year for like bullying against me and everything. So, one day in class, I sat down and my dad worked in another city and he commuted for work. And I sat and I wrote a letter to my mom on a piece of notebook paper. Got a piece of notebook paper and it probably was in a composition notebook, and I wrote, "Dear Mom, I want to move to Champaign." That's in Illinois. It's a university town. That's where my dad worked, and we lived about 45 minutes south of there. And I wrote that, and my dad had been commuting there for a couple of years at that point. And so anyway, a kid saw me writing that and started making fun of me in front of the whole class, going, "Oh, she's writing a note to her mom." And so I crumpled up the paper and like threw it away, and I was embarrassed and everything. But the next year, after school was over, we moved to Champaign. And some might say, well, that might have happened anyway. That just seems like something that would have happened. No. And here's why. No. Because my dad still works in that city, but he lives at least 30 minutes away from there and has been driving there, commuting, for 15 years. My dad has no trouble commuting. He has no problem with it. He didn't want to live in that city. He thought that city was too expensive to live in. Like, I made that happen. I made that happen. My little 6th grade self wrote it down and it came true because he ended up moving out of that city when I was, I want to say somewhere around 20 or 21, or maybe a little older than that. But he lived there for a while, but he moved away. And like I said, he's been commuting to that city for 15 years. He doesn't want to live in that city. So I made that happen, okay? And the fact that I made that happen and I remembered that once I started getting into manifestation and I started, realizing like, okay, I've been doing this my whole life. I have been manifesting. I was raised in a very religious house. I was dedicated in the church to God when I was a baby, and my grandfather was a pastor for over 50 years and super religious family. Okay, so I started praying when I was a kid and I saw someone be healed, and so that really made my faith like go through the roof of, oh my gosh, like this totally works. And so like I would pray for things and they would happen, but I didn't really think that I had power until I got into manifestation and I deconstructed from Christianity and I left the religion over 4 years ago now. And when I first left, I found manifestation on here on YouTube. I found videos about it, and obviously the first person I heard about was Neville Goddard. The first the first person, and the very first manifestation book I got was this book. And if you have not read this book, please read this book. I was reading a couple of not stories, but a couple of accounts out of it yesterday, and I was dying laughing because they're so funny. Like it's really funny to me now. Like because it's ridiculous. That's why it's so funny. The things that happened when people just imagined and then it came true, like, are ridiculous. Like, they're so unrealistic. And I was laughing because people have tried to say the same things to me. Like, a couple of people in the book were manifesting houses, and people were like, that's unrealistic. That's not going to happen. Like, good luck finding that. Like, I was laughing so hard because I've heard the same thing. Like, I've heard the same thing from people. I've heard, oh, that's not realistic, or oh, that's not going to happen, or oh, whatever. And it just makes me laugh because part of being good at manifesting is being stubborn. You have to be stubborn, okay? That's what persistence is. It's just stubbornness. That's what it is. It simplifies, like, because, you know, it's persevering, it's, you know, whatever, but it's also being stubborn as crap. And even one of the woman in the account was talking about how her husband he's like super stubborn. And so it just cracked me up. But anyway, so going back to writing things down, okay? If you want something, you can have it. And I have successfully taught others to do this with writing things down. It's amazing. I have helped so many people, and I recommend this to people all the time in like my daily life of people that I interact with. Like, I'm constantly trying to get people to manifest because I just want other people to know how easy this is and how amazing this is and how simple it is. It's so simple. And I'm not doing this for money. I'm not on YouTube for the money. I'm not on YouTube so I can get money and blah, blah, blah. No, I have plenty of money. I have more money. Like, I quadrupled my income from 2 years ago without YouTube, okay? And without a job. I don't have a job. And I quadrupled my income, and I'm living in a 2-story house in a really nice neighborhood in California, okay? People told me I was crazy for wanting to live here, and especially if I would have told people, because I kept this stuff to myself eventually, but I would have told people, yeah, I'm a single mom, and I have no money, but I'm gonna go live in California. They would have been like, you are absolutely freaking nuts. You are out of your mind. You are out of your damn mind. No, I'm just stubborn, and I know that this works. So you can change your life. You can write things down and change your life. And I want to give the step-by-step process of how to write things down so you cover all your bases, because the very first thing that I wrote down was, I am a master at manifesting. Everything I write comes true. Everything I say comes true. Like, I always think good, positive thoughts. I was writing those things down. Like, that is so number one to write down, okay? When you are composing yourself, composing your new life in your composition book, write those things down, okay? In your own words. Like, that everything I write down, like, this is a magic journal, like, this is a magic book. Everything I write down comes true. I am, like, positive. I think positively. Like, my mental health is amazing. Like, all the things that you want, all the goals that you have. And it doesn't matter. Okay, so don't listen to people if they say, oh, don't write it, I want, because that means you don't have it. No. Let me tell you something, okay? In 2019, I was a single mom, still had a baby, and I had been cleaning houses, and I was tired of it. I was tired of feeling like a servant, and I didn't want to do it anymore. And even though I was really good at cleaning, and everybody that I cleaned for was like, you're amazing, blah, blah, blah. And I am good at it, but I didn't want to do it anymore. I was like, I'm tired of this. I'm so tired of this. And so I wrote down on a piece of paper, I want a job that I can work at home with my kids present. I want to do something creative. I want to feel fulfilled. And, like, that's what I wrote. Like, and I want to get paid very well for it. And guess what ended up happening? And I wrote, I want. I didn't say I have or blah, blah, blah. I didn't write a note to the universe. I still believed in God at that point, but I just wrote it down. I wrote, I want a job at home. And that's 2019. That was in like September of 2019. By the end of September, it was just a couple of weeks. It wasn't even that long. It was not that long. I ended up getting a job working at home doing graphic design, even though I like was brand new at graphic design. This job literally fell into my lap. Like, I could not have guessed how it was going to happen, why, where, who gave me the job. Like, it was utterly insane how it happened. I had a remote job in 2019, and at the end of September of 2019, before COVID happened. When COVID happened, I already was working remotely. Like, it's so easy, okay? Like, this is easy. It doesn't matter what your beliefs are. It doesn't matter how you write it. It doesn't matter. You are a magical being. You are powerful. You are powerful, okay? I am very powerful. Like, I already know that, but you need to know that you are powerful and you have this and this, and what you write will come true, okay? Like, okay, let me give you some examples of things that I've told people to do this and things that have happened for them, okay? I've got like a few off the top of my head. Okay, so one woman, I told her to write, like, if you are struggling like with money, like, write down what you want, like, write down what you need. She said, oh my gosh, like, you were right. I need to find I have the actual quotes from these people too. And I need to find them. But for now, I'm going to tell you this. So she said, you were right. Like, I wrote down that I needed money for this bill and it came in and I couldn't believe how it came in. And I was like, yes, awesome. Amazing. I didn't even get paid for this. None of it. I didn't get paid for any of these things either. I'm just so happy because this is what I'm meant to do. I am meant to, and I just said that at 1, 2, 3, 4 timer. That's amazing. It truly is. I even had a dream last night about me being on YouTube and telling my story and like teaching people, and so many people were responding and so many people were like excited. It made me so happy. Like, when I woke up, I was like, that's amazing, because that's the point. Like, I want to help you. Okay, I want you to win. I want other people to win. Like, when you win, everybody wins. When I win, everybody wins. Like, when we're just making the world a better place, when we get what we want, because that is what life is for. Life is for living. Like, life is meant to be lived. Like, life is not meant to be a struggle. Life is not meant to be a compromise or like, oh, well, I have to do this because blah, blah, blah. No, like, what do you truly want in your soul? Okay? Like, what do you truly, truly want? You can have it. Okay? You have to give yourself permission to dream again. So do it. Okay? Like, do it. Go buy a composition book. They're really cheap right now. If you're watching this when I'm posting this, it is September, and it's, school's already in session everywhere, and these things are super cheap. Just go buy a cheap one on clearance, or a couple, or for every single part of your life. Like, get crazy. That's what I did. Like, start writing about every part of your life, because I wanted to completely change my life, and writing everything down completely changed my life. Like, I wrote exactly what I wanted in, like, in every area I could think of, like my mental health, because my mental health was horrible for so long. Like, my entire adult life, I was depressed. Like, I could barely get out of bed. You would not believe how negative I was. You would not believe how much I struggled with, like, wanting to end my life. Like, I countless times. Countless times. Okay, so now I I never lay down in bed depressed anymore. Like, I haven't done that in years because I wrote that down. I wrote, like, I am, mentally well. Like, I am positive. Like, I love my life. I am happy. I'm fulfilled. Like, I love every part of my life. Like, that's what I wanted. I wanted that. And I wrote that down and it came true. Like, it came true. Like, I still have struggles. I'm not saying I'm a perfect person. I never struggle and I never have any problems like I do. But it's nothing like it used to be. And okay, so the other examples, sorry. The other examples of other people that have written things down. So another person wrote down that they had enough money for rent because they were like, it's another single mom, and they were she was, like behind or struggling or whatever. She wrote down that she got enough within like 2 days, over what she needed. She got it, and she was like, I was shocked. It happened so fast. There you go. Another one. This is actually my oldest son. I've taught my children this. Like, it's amazing teaching my kids to manifest. I love it. Oh, I love it so much. So my oldest, he wrote down that he wanted 20,000 TikTok followers. And within, I think it was like 2 weeks, he actually ended up getting 25,000 or 20, like 23,000, 25. It was in that range. And it only took a couple weeks. And I was like, see? No, like he's solid. He's like, I know that I can manifest anything, Mom. And that was amazing. Like, watching that happen, it was incredible. Like, absolutely incredible. I was so happy for him. And I just love it. Like, you can have anything, okay? And I'm telling you this for free because this is just, you're already manifesting anyway. We all are. It's a part of life. It is life. It is how your life works. And people saying like, oh, you attract things because your negative thoughts. Okay. No, like, let's not do that, okay? Like, let's not do that. Let's not pretend like, an infant or a toddler is like attracting negative things in their life. Like, if bad things happen to them, no, let's not do that. That's really gross. That's disgusting. No. Stop saying that crap. Like, stop saying that shit. Okay? Like, and yeah, I cuss sometimes. So, but, no. Like, let's just let the past be the past, and not everything needs to be figured out. Not everything you don't need to know why something happened. Let's just leave the past in the past, okay? Let's move forward. Like, there's already been, like, the state of the world right now, right? Like, I just can't. I can't subscribe to it. I can't immerse myself in it. Like, I just want to live the best life I can. I want to help people and spread my light every day wherever I can. And this is part of that. Like, I just want you to know that you can have the things that you desire. You can change your entire life, because I have. If you could have seen me even like 2 years ago, wow, I'm a completely different person. And it's because I chose to believe that I could change my life by just manifesting it in a book, in a notebook. And my daughter scribbled on it. I love it. My littlest one. She's an amazing kid. I wrote about her birth. I manifested her birth being the best one that I ever had. It was absolutely magical. It was a magical birth. And she is so sweet. I wrote about like her temperament, and like, she is exactly what I wrote about. She is a joy. Like, I love my kids so much. My kids are amazing. And of course I write about my kids and like how they're great people and they're happy and they're fulfilled, and I love it. Anyway, so yeah, you can write anything down. Like, You have a magic pen and you have magic inside of you and you can change your life, and I hope that you do. I hope that you end the cycle of like endlessly searching and endlessly looking for techniques and endlessly, you can do this. Like, you can even do it on, you don't have to write it with your actual hand. Like, don't listen to people that say that either. That's not true. You can, but you don't have to. That's one way. I also have manifested so many things by typing it in my notes app. So many things, like a ridiculous amount of things. I mean, a ridiculous amount of things that I wrote down too, but you can also manifest things by typing it. So don't let anybody tell you can't, because you absolutely can. Okay, I'm here to tell you that, like, you need to relax and chill about manifesting. Like, stop searching for all the answers. Like, you have the answers within you and you can do this. Just trust yourself and trust the universe that you're putting in your order, and however you put in your order is however you put in your order, and you're going to get it. Okay? Like, I want you to feel confident and I want you to feel free and I want you to feel like I can do this, because you can. Okay? So, anyway, that's what I have today. I know I'm a little all over the place, but like, I'm just so excited, and I'm excited you're here, and I'm excited you found me, and just, you can do this. You are powerful. Don't ever forget that. You are so powerful. All right, have a fantastic day. Tell me what you manifest. Like, I'm going to keep showing up. Keep showing up for yourself. All right.